Hey everyone, welcome back. We start our story at a school in Mexico where a group of popular girls teases a student named Mia. Kate, one of the girls, pushes Mia into the pool, pretending it was an accident. Afterward, Kate argues with 3 other girls, including Sasha, Mia's stepsister. Sasha tells Kate that Mia isn't her sister, and leaves. After school, the 2 girls are driven home by Jennifer, Sasha's mother. When they arrive, they refuse to share what happened at school. At home, Mia's father, Grant, asks Sasha about his daughter's day, but Sasha claims that no one at school likes Mia, and that it isn't her fault. Grant is disappointed and reminds Sasha that she and Mia should be there for each other. Sasha pretends to agree and walks away. The family recently moved to Mexico due to Grant's work in underwater cave exploration. During dinner, Grant tries to bring the 2 sisters closer by showing them a tooth from a great white shark he found during a recent cave expedition. He also shares photos from a newly discovered passage in the caves. Mia, who shares her father's interest in sharks, asks why there are sharks in that cave. Grant isn't sure, but he speculates that sharks might have followed other animals, like seals, and got lost in the tunnels centuries ago. To encourage the girls to spend time together, Grant and Jennifer suggest they join an excursion the following day to see great white sharks in their natural habitat. Jennifer mentions that the shark tooth is a clue for the trip. However, Sasha is upset because she had already planned to go out with her friends. She storms off in frustration. The next morning, Grant and his assistants, Ben and Carl, take the girls to the meeting point for the trip. Just as they arrive, Alexa and Nicole show up in a car, offering Sasha a chance to join them on another adventure they had planned. Alexa claims they're heading to a secret spot that no tourist could ever find, even in 1,000,000 years, promising an exclusive experience. Sasha is thrilled by the idea, but before leaving with her friends, she approaches Mia. Sasha asks if Mia wants to skip the boring shark excursion and join them instead. Mia agrees, knowing that Kate is also on the shark trip and preferring to go with her stepsister and friends. The 4 girls mock Kate, who had been trying to humiliate Mia, before Alexa drives them off. The friends have a blast, enjoying the stunning landscapes along the way. When they reach the edge of a cliff, they're in awe of the breathtaking view. Instead of following the planned path, they decide to jump straight into the water. Mia hesitates at first, but Sasha takes her hand, and together they dive in. The girls are having a great time with Sasha's friends, and they all agree that this is much more exciting than the school trip to see the sharks. While relaxing, Nicole finds some diving masks and equipment. Alexa reveals that the lagoon actually leads to a submerged Mayan city, where Grant, Ben, and others are preparing for the arrival of a team of archaeologists next week. All the diving equipment belongs to them. Mia becomes intrigued, and Alexa shares that Ben had taken her to the lagoon once before, and it was an incredible experience. Alexa also adds that the area looks like an underground cave, complete with ancient statues, altars, and other strange relics. Nicole and Sasha, excited by this, suggest sneaking into the ruins using the diving equipment. Mia is reluctant and warns that diving in caves is dangerous, but the other girls convince her that it'll be as easy as riding a bike. Reluctantly, Mia agrees, and the 4 girls grab the equipment and get ready to dive. As they enter the water, Alexa reminds them to check the air gauges on the tanks to ensure they're full. The devices all show 100% oxygen, and the group feels confident as they head toward the cave's entrance, which is located at the bottom of a staircase. They enter a narrow tunnel that leads to an ancient sacrificial chamber. Alexa switches on the light that Ben's team installed, revealing the ruins of an ancient Mayan temple. The girls are amazed by what they see. As Nicole moves ahead, Alexa tells her to step back and stay behind her, insisting that she knows the area better. Alexa urges everyone to take one last look at the altar before turning back. As they admire the ancient sculptures, Nicole notices something moving in the corner of her eye. Alexa reassures her that there's nothing alive in the temple and tells her not to worry, but Nicole ignores the warning and follows the movement. The others reluctantly follow her, unsure of what to expect. They soon discover that the moving object is a large Mexican tetra, a species of blind fish. These fish have evolved to navigate the dark underwater caves using their heightened senses. Nicole assumes that the fish has never encountered humans before and is trying to avoid them. But as the fish swims toward the group, it emits a high-pitched sound that startles Nicole. In her panic, Nicole stumbles and crashes into some stone columns, causing chaos. The girls scatter in different directions. In the confusion, Mia and Alexa swim to find the others and come across Ben, who's working in the same area. Mia tries to explain what happened, but Ben remains calm and tells her not to worry. He promises to get them out before Grant finds out about the disturbance. Suddenly, a large shadow appears from the depths, and before anyone can react, a huge great white shark attacks Ben. He is tragically killed in an instant, his equipment sinking to the bottom, and the water turns red with blood. Mia and Alexa quickly realize the creature is a giant shark, and they flee for their lives. They reunite with Nicole and Sasha, and Alexa informs them of Ben's death, though Nicole refuses to believe it. Sasha, however, is convinced, and they swim toward the tunnel's exit. Just as they near the tunnel's exit, another shark emerges from the darkness and attacks the girls. Luckily, the entrance is small, and the shark can't follow them inside. But the tunnel begins to collapse due to a falling column, trapping the girls inside. Mia suggests they go back to search for Ben's equipment, which might lead them to where Grant and Carl are working. They check their oxygen levels and realize it's already down to about 40%. Alexa grows more anxious, but Sasha reminds her that the shark is blind, so they must stick together and stay calm before the oxygen runs out. The girls eventually find Ben's fallen equipment and hope it will lead them to safety. Enjoying the story so far? Subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support powers our adventures. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive back into the adventure. As they swim through the catacombs, they come across several human skeletons, realizing that the path may lead nowhere. Alexa begins to panic, recalling that the cave is a maze, and with their oxygen running low, they can't afford to take any more risks. Sasha reminds them they can't go back either, so they press forward. Suddenly, a shark appears again, forcing the girls to flee. They swim as fast as they can, holding hands to stay together, and eventually manage to hide from the predator in a nearby cave. The girls catch their breath, but their oxygen levels are dangerously low, at just 20%. As they hide, the girls hear faint music in the distance. Mia thinks it's her father, who often listens to music while working. She decides to leave the group in search of help. Meanwhile, Carl is working in another area, listening to his own music. Unfortunately, he doesn't notice the shark approaching until it's too late. In an instant, Carl is attacked, and the emergency alarm goes off. Mia hears the alarm and follows the sound, only to find Carl's lifeless body. But she's relieved to finally locate her father. The two set off to find the other girls. Mia and Grant eventually reunite with the others. Mia is almost caught by the shark, but Alexa distracts it by waving a flashlight, allowing Mia to escape. The group manages to reach the surface, where Grant tells the girls about a rope that can carry one person at a time. Alexa volunteers to climb first, but just as she starts, two sharks appear out of nowhere. In a panic, Nicole grabs onto the rope, and the weight causes it to loosen. Alexa is forced to retreat as Nicole makes it to the surface. But as soon as Nicole reaches the boat, she slips and falls back into the water, where the two sharks seize her as a meal. Alexa screams for help and activates a high-frequency alarm. Grant watches as the sharks retreat, apparently frightened by the high-frequency sound. He explains that since the rope has broken, the only way out now is to swim deeper into the cave, which leads to the ocean and the open sea. But before they can move forward, another shark appears and kills Grant. Mia and Sasha are left devastated. The trio decides to follow Grant's advice and dive deeper, but suddenly, a strong current sweeps Sasha away. Her fate is uncertain, and Alexa must now stay with Mia to continue their journey. The two girls swim toward another entrance, But as they move through the dark waters, Mia almost gets swept into the current. Alexa manages to grab her just in time, pulling her back to safety. They continue swimming through the cave, but the deeper they go, the more the water seems to close in on them. At the exit, another hungry shark emerges from the darkness and grabs Alexa from behind. Mia struggles to hold on to Alexa, but is pulled away by the force of the current. Alexa desperately tries to free herself but is eventually dragged under by the shark's powerful jaws. Mia, now alone, is pushed further down by the current but refuses to give up. She swims with all her strength, determined to make it out. As she fights the current, she spots Sasha, who has miraculously survived. Sasha reaches out, and the two sisters cling to each other, finding a temporary moment of relief. They make their way to a calmer zone within the cave, but the nightmare is far from over. The sisters soon come across another cave, but just as they think they might find safety, the shark resurfaces hungry and relentless. With their oxygen tanks running dangerously low, the sisters decide to discard them, holding their breath as they swim towards the surface. They push through the water, hearts racing, but just as they break through to the surface, they realize they are heading straight towards the excursion boat they had missed earlier. As they approach, they unknowingly stir the water, attracting the sharks lurking beneath. On the boat, the men are unaware of the danger. They're recklessly throwing blood and fish parts into the water to attract more sharks for their own purposes. Mia and Sasha try desperately to get their attention, but the chaos only increases. The sharks, sensing the blood, close in on the two girls. Just as one of the sharks grabs Sasha, Mia makes a bold move. Without hesitation, she dives back into the water, armed with a flare gun. She shoots the flare at the shark, hitting it directly, causing it to release her sister. Sasha is freed from the shark's grip and makes it to the boat, but Mia isn't so lucky. As she climbs aboard, another shark appears out of nowhere and pulls her back into the water. The shark's jaws clamp down on Mia, dragging her beneath the surface. But Mia fights with everything she has, and in a miraculous turn of events, she manages to pierce the shark's eye with the shark tooth her father had given her. The shark reels back in pain, and Mia uses the opportunity to break free. Mia, gasping for air, swims back towards the boat, where she finds Sasha waiting. The crew on the boat begins to tend to the girls, wrapping them in blankets and treating their wounds. The nightmare they had endured is finally over. They're safe, but the traumatic events of the day have left deep scars. As Mia and Sasha sit together on the boat, staring out at the vast ocean, they reflect on everything that happened. It's hard to believe that they were moments away from losing their lives, trapped in a deadly game of survival. The sharks are gone, but their memories will stay with them forever.